Why, hello there. Welcome to another Shark Tank After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. Tonight we're talking Season 8, Episode 1. We have physics, Spoonful of Comfort, Ice Sled, Rethink, right after this.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Shark Tank After Show on AFTERBUZZ TV. I'm Cameron Lewis at the only camshaft, Twitter, Instagram, MySpace, Snapchat. Zoe Hewitt, what's going on?
Hey, I am so glad to be back, you guys. This is my anniversary. I have been with AFTERBUZZ for 1 full year now.
Oh.
Yay! Thank you for the
Good
round of
job.
applause. Yeah. So I started last season, first episode of Shark Tank. Here I am again, and glad to be here. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Zoe Said What. That's Zoe Said What. And sitting to my left.
What? We sure could use a foamy beer to celebrate that.
Oh
couldn't we?
my God.
I'm Chris Howard. You can reach me at Chris Howard Live on Twitter and Instagram. Also go to legendarylivingdaily.com and legendarylivingtv.com for YouTube.
You're like legendary.
Well,
I
you
feel
know,
like
took
I
that.
have the silliest Twitter handle,
No,
and you're just outdoing Zoe and I
Well,
both.
well, you know what I can't figure out though is what your real last name is.
I don't know what that
Because
is
it's like
either.
wash, and then you've got Lewis, and then you've got the
Yeah.
only camshaft. So
Yeah, it's all of the above. I'll figure it
That's
out.
all
I'll
you?
find my birth certificate someday.
I feel like it was exciting. I think it was the end of last season we found out camshaft is actually a car part. I think Chris and I
Is it?
both of
Yeah.
us. We had no
I
idea.
literally never. I don't have a good story with how I got that name. I need to make something
you
up.
just made that
Like my grandfather told me when I was 4 that I should be called Camshaft or something. It was just
he didn't.
randomly
He
assigned to
didn't.
me by a friend. No, he didn't. It was college radio. A friend. We were literally sitting around, and I was like, "What should my DJ name be?" And he's like, "How about Camshaft?" Okay.
But it is
There
a
it
part of a
is.
car.
It is a part.
It's a
of
real
car.
deal.
History has been made.
Yeah.
She said we have to start playing with our co-stars, and I said I'm your co-star.
The podcast listeners are like,
podcast
"What are they
listeners.
talking about?"
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Thank you, Steve. So, did you guys have a good summer? Are you happy that we're back? We're
Yes.
happy we're
It sounds like we've
watching
been
Shark Tank
not at
again?
school.
I know, I was going to say, I
Yeah,
feel like it's the first day of school
first
and
day
we're
of school.
back.
Yeah,
Nobody signed my
Yearbook?
my yearbook. Yeah.
that's sad.
I brought my
I'm
bag
sad.
lunch.
I'm sad.
I really
I'll find
hope
you.
that we can
Okay,
get a hold
thanks,
of the physics
Chloe.
people, though, because I feel like that would be a really good thing to have for the rest of season 8.
Wouldn't it be great to have a physics machine right here, and we could put the beer in, and we
Yes.
could make it foamy, and just do it every show.
Although by the end of the hour, it might get kind of messy. But why don't we go ahead and get into that? So the first pitch tonight was physics. It is the beer machine. What would you call this thing? It's a repurposed beer. I don't know what would you
It's
call
like a
it,
keg,
Zoe?
right? But it's a
I'd say it's a beer foamer.
A beer what?
beer
Foamer.
foamer.
Well,
Foamer.
Yeah,
well,
because
you're
they
not
said
wrong.
that the whole thing is that it's the foam that makes
Yeah.
such a difference. Yeah.
So they
it's
came
like-
into the tank
yeah.
seeking $500,000 for 4% as a $12.5 million valuation. And the whole thing they were throwing around this whole time was beer tastes best from the tap.
From the
Do
tap.
you
So it's a
guys
beer
agree?
tap. It's a personal beer tap.
Do you agree beer tastes best from the
I
tap?
I agree 100%. I'm not
Yeah.
a big beer drinker, but I agree that beer tastes best from the tap. No doubt about it.
Yeah. Zoe, big beer drinker?
I'm not really a drinker at all, so I can't weigh in on that. But the fact that all of the sharks loved it and they all concurred that, yes, the
It
beer
tasted so good,
better,
yeah.
like significantly better. So for that reason alone, I'm jumping ahead. I would be in just for that.
Whoa.
But otherwise,
You trust them that much.
I trust them that much.
I thought this thing was really great. My biggest apprehension with it was that it's $200, which kind of seems a little high, right?
Excessive. I don't know. Like I would buy one as a Christmas present for my parents, I could imagine, or
Yeah, Father's Day would be great.
yeah,
Right, I see it as
something
a
like
gift.
that, a
Yeah.
gift, or even for a wedding. People are getting
Yeah.
married, moving in together, moving to Palmdale or something. You get them a you get them a
Palmdale?
beer fizzy machine.
That's where Chris just moved Palmdale.
Oh, did you?
I did. It's
gotcha.
just there's so much space and the dogs
You
are
need
running
you need
crazy.
a physics machine.
I do need a physics machine. Yeah, nobody gave me one when I moved.
Apparently, you didn't invite me to the housewarming.
Exactly.
By the way, great name, physics. You guys got right on the money with that. Here's the thing I love about it, right? You can put any kind of beer in this thing, which I think is great. Can or bottle, anything. What is it, Zoe? What was it? Below 32 ounces? Is
Yeah,
that right?
it went to big sizes.
Yeah, pretty big
Yeah.
sizes. And so a couple years ago, my mom and I got my dad this like mini keg tap thing for our house. He cried when he got it, which is just a hilarious
That
thing.
means he
Out
liked
of
it.
He
happiness.
loved, out of happiness.
clarify.
I've always wanted one of these. But it only takes the mini kegs.
Oh, so you got to go buy and find these mini kegs.
And there's only like Heineken and 3 or 4 other kinds of beer that you can put in this thing, and then every keg you put in, you have to change the hose.
And did they stop making these kegs at any point?
There's very few of them left.
It sounds like physics is about to get another sale.
Yes, or product endorsement, depending on how you look at it.
Well, they are coming out with the smaller one, they said, and they said it would be called something that I didn't write down apparently, but it was supposed to be a smaller one coming out that would also be less expensive.
Right, it would be more in the price range for people that might be looking for that.
Way top.
There
top.
you go.
I don't think $200 is too expensive for something like that. I think
You don't
that
think
people,
so?
not for people that like beer, I think that I think they're likely to get something like that because it's very true that I'm spitting. I'm so excited, but it's very true.
I'm next to him tonight.
Yeah, that's why you sat there. But it's very true that the beer does taste that much better from the tap. And what surprised me was that they were doing it with sound waves. They said.
Yeah. And at that point, if I was sitting in there as a shark, they're talking about it using sound waves and all that. Just take the money. I don't even know how science works. I trust you.
Sound waves. That sounds so good.
But then I'm like, if I just yell into my beer,
Right.
will it taste better? Like, will it just get foamier? I don't know.
Will. This is a classier way of doing it. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they showed us how long it actually took for this process.
I think it was. Oh, it was pretty quick. Yeah, they did.
Did they
That
show
would be
us?
a bummer if it was like a half hour.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, how long does it take?
And if it uses sound waves, when you turn it on, does it make some kind of obnoxious noise?
Well, no, they did it right there on the thing, and they put the foam on. He says, now once you pour it in, he says, then you push it back, and
You're
that
right.
foams
They
it up.
did show it.
Yeah.
They did. Okay.
I don't know.
So assuming there was no time
But
lapse
they said
involved.
something about it tricking your brain, making you think
Right.
that it was
Because it was all in the
fresher
foam.
than it was, or yeah.
Yeah. I think this was the first pitch in recent memory. I mean, it's the first one of this season, so
Recent memory.
it's pretty easy to remember. But where I was just instantly like, yeah, do it.
I thought it was fantastic. Yeah.
I'll buy one. I'll get one for free.
What about Barbara saying they were too slick, though? I mean, that was.
I kind of knew what she meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of agreed with her.
I got what she meant. Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounded to me like they'd been through so many rounds of the funding and this
Yeah.
and that, and that they did have everything worked out and they did have answers for everything. But
Mm-hmm.
I also get what she said, that it just sounded too slick.
Yeah.
How about this this little quote here, though? Well, first of all, before I get to that, interesting that they launched an Indiegogo campaign for something like this. The goal was 50 grand. They raised 250 grand. There's a lot of alcoholics out there that really like this thing.
They want some.
I mean,
fresh
that's
air.
ridiculous. That's
Well, I think they saw the same value that you saw. It's like people get the value of this product.
yeah. And the fact that you don't, there's no, at least this is the way they sold it. There's no replacement parts you have to buy for it. There's no
Yeah.
hoses. There's no gadgets. There's no cartridges. There's no blah 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 blah.
That's
Like a
that's
one-time
actually
fee.
really important because you can imagine that you'd have cartridges or something like that you had to use.
Yeah, like the Soda Stream thing
Right.
that people have to make their own seltzer
Yes.
water. And all
Or
that.
those
You have to buy
automated
them.
corks for if you've seen those for
bars.
wine.
Oh, for the
Where
yeah.
you push down and pops up. Those are fantastic though. If you,
Are they?
Oh my God, they're so good. Yeah, but you have to buy these little cartridges that are like CO2 cartridges.
Really?
Yeah, no, you'll never want to use a corkscrew again. You just pop it. You stick the little pin in, and then you push on
like
the top, and it goes. Whoop,
Okay.
the top comes out.
How much are
You
they?
got to replace it. They're like probably $20 or so.
And have they ever been on Shark Tank?
They've never been on Shark Tank. Maybe they should.
I get mine at the 99-cent store. I'm not gonna.
Do you?
Your wine?
Well, yeah.
Oh, the little corkscrews.
It's really good stuff.
I'll get you one for your birthday. Or something.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In
Birthday was
exchange
2
for your
months
turn.
ago, Chris. But this was an interesting quote. One of the guys said that when he was going around for investments, one of his partners said, there are many VCs, but only one Shark Tank. It's interesting now that but season 8, the show's being approached this way.
Yeah, what? Just with the knowledge of what's said and the.
Yeah, and the machine that it is and the power that it has and what it can accomplish for a business.
Oh,
It's
so people are really
interesting.
getting it.
But
Yeah.
I mean, it's an infomercial. I mean, basically, you're getting exactly a huge platform.
That's
It's
very
marketing
astute.
for cheap.
It's an infomercial that if it doesn't go the right way,
You get screwed.
is the opposite of an infomercial.
Right.
Yeah, but you weren't going to be doing well even if it
I
went
agree.
the wrong
Yeah.
way. So
I agree. So let's break down the offers here. We had Kevin, Lori, Mark all make an offer. Kevin was $500K for 8%. Lori, $500K for 8%. Mark, $800K for 10%.
and you forgot
Plus
Robert.
Lori. What did Robert do?
500 for 8 also.
Forget you, Robert.
I
No,
think
by the way-
Robert went in first, didn't he?
yeah, he was the
We
first
forgot
one
to
up.
mention this. Oh yeah, that's right. It's up here. I wrote it down. This is the first episode where all 6 sharks were
Yes.
in the tank. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
And it
you
might
go.
also be the last
I think it will be.
because
Probably will be.
the scenes for next week showed us only 5 sharks. So it's trying
Scenes
to
for
count
next week only
quickly.
showed us
Oh, so
one.
who did we have? We had Barbara
One
and
left.
Lori. Is it
one
did not both of them show up usually?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it's usually one or the
like-
other.
Get rid of a girl.
Yeah.
Woman.
That's typically
Is it
what.
sexist? A woman.
It kind of seems that way.
It seems that way.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyways, because
Yeah.
Lori makes the most money out of anybody there.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Lori does?
I feel
Lori
like
is the
we've
most
had this
profitable shark.
discussion, and I thought because I never really liked Mark that much.
Right.
I thought someone said was it you? I thought someone said he has the most
Well,
net
he's-
worth.
He's a billionaire. But
He has
she
the
must
most
make
net worth, but from Shark Tank,
from Shark
she's
Tank.
the one
Lori
who's
has
the-
made the most.
Oh, got it.
profit.
Interesting.
Well,
Well, she's got QVC as an outlet. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And Bed
But
Bath
so
and
what
Beyond.
Did you
happened?
see at the beginning of that the scrub daddy?
Yeah,
What?
That freaking sponge with that's a smiley face.
that's like her
The-
biggest.
it's made like $85 million since it went. Oh my god!
Wow.
It's a smiley face sponge.
know.
Do they package them together or something? Or
It's
they
just one single one.
they give you a
You
sponge?
can buy it at Bed Bath and Beyond
For how
with
much?
a 20% off coupon. I don't remember. They're like $5 maybe.
You know this.
You work there?
No, but I do love that store.
Oh, okay.
There's
It's a
like
good
always
store.
something to look at.
It's a good store. It's a very Shark Tank friendly store too.
It is.
We'll probably see the physics machine there. I mean, they talked about that actually.
Yeah.
So they ended up going with Mark plus Lori, which I think is a fantastic
Yeah.
idea.
That was a great idea. For
They
$2 million.
sealed the deal,
Yeah.
$2 million
Oh my God.
for 16.67%. I think I know the answer, but let's go around the table. Chris Howard, in or out?
I'm in totally, yeah, and I think that they got so lucky in getting all the rest of the funding that they were looking for all in one coup.
Yeah.
But that's amazing. But I'm in, yeah. So they doubled down, Mark and Lori. I would too.
Yeah. And
that
that's
way?
a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in also. I feel like this is kind of a bummer one to start on because we're all in agreement. So, well, I mean, you haven't
Well,
gone
there's
yet,
no
but
tension.
I'm
there's
definitely
no
in.
dramatic
There's still some tension because we don't know about him.
I'm definitely in, but I think the next pitch is the one we're all gonna
Okay.
have a fit about, or we'll just agree on it too. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Spoonful of comfort.
Oh
see.
yeah.
400,000 for 10%.
She's gonna like it.
Pitch number 2. Do you like it, Zoe? I want to
Tell
get
the
your
truth.
first thoughts. Just to recap really quickly, this is the care package that you can order meals on this website to be delivered to people, theoretically when they're not feeling well, but really kind of whenever you want.
Okay.
Zoe, first thoughts.
Okay, I have a
Zoe,
story.
all thoughts.
Yes, I have multiple thoughts. Okay, my first thought about this is that it's too expensive. I like
Yeah.
the idea. I really think it's a good idea, but this price is crazy. Like I gasped.
What is it? $69.99
Plus shipping.
plus $15 for shipping for a can
Yes.
of Campbell's chicken noodle
It's
soup.
ridiculous.
I will
There's no
say,
way.
when I was in college, I got sick, and my mom called the local grocery store and convinced them to deliver soup to me.
Did she
And
pay
so-
$69?
I'm pretty sure she didn't. So they made up a gift basket with like Campbell's soup and things like that and
Wow.
delivered it to me. But I'm pretty sure she did not pay $70 plus another $15
Yeah,
for
that's
shipping.
ridiculous.
So,
Plus,
yeah.
So what are your thoughts then?
My thoughts are it
You
needs to be
into
less
it?
expensive.
But
It's
you're
a
in-
good idea.
What would you pay for this?
$30?
Plus the shipping? Or just $30 flat?
30 plus shipping.
30 plus
I'd
the
even
45.
Yeah, so up to 45 maybe.
Okay. Chris, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, I agree that if they brought the price down, it would be more doable. But I looked at it, and it just really seems to be a novelty purchase. Like you buy it, and
Yeah.
just like they found that people bought it once, but they didn't become recurring customers. And so I think they're always going to have that problem. I think a good idea for them might be to go into different types of gift baskets and stuff like that. And in fact, I think that these business owners should go to their current clientele that they spent so much money to get and offer different types of offerings for them so that they're not pinned into, hey, get chicken soup or tomato soup for somebody.
Yeah, because that's pretty narrow.
Yeah, it's really narrow. And the people
just
do it
don't-
once and then don't want to do it again.
My biggest question with this, well, there's 2 parts here.
Yeah.
This is my biggest question. Number 1, what does to stop a person from just buying 5 cans of soup and mailing it to somebody
Yeah, no kidding.
for $7? They got that flat, it's not very fancy looking, but they have a flat rate shipping box
It does
at the
to
post
involve
office.
in-
Just throw them in there, boom. Number 1. Number 2, why couldn't you call a local restaurant
Yeah.
where this person
Exactly.
lives near
And
and,
have them
say, can you
deliver."
deliver a soup?
Yeah.
It's going to be hot. It's going to be an hour later.
That's
It's
a
going
great
to
point.
be.
Yeah.
And that was the big problem, that it took too long also. And then when you went up to the overnight shipping, an additional $40.
But then you look at this guy pumped like 1.3 million or something into the
Yes.
business.
Okay.
It's like, oh man,
Yeah.
you just felt like he was.
$1.3 million into soup.
Yeah.
And that's like, again, I mean, I get what these people are going for.
Yeah.
It's
sad.
commendable, but
Yeah.
it's whoa.
I think they could save the business if they did different types of gift baskets and they just branched out and they became more substantial and they became a brand for we do gift baskets.
But then that's a
not
totally...
just chicken soup. But they got to go someplace and otherwise you're fucked.
But that's a totally different product. I feel like there's not much hope for them. Because otherwise, right, we're talking about the only way they can succeed is to branch out and do something that's
I know,
different.
but what are you going to do?
And yeah, exactly. They can order from a local meal delivery service.
They've got a bunch of clients. They have people that bought once but haven't bought again. So it's like, how can you re-engage
that
them?
was. Plus customer acquisition, $18
For a client.
Whoa!
Wait, how much is it normally though?
I mean, it depends on the business, but
18,
usually
but then,
somewhere around $1 is great.
But then it cost them $31 to put the package together. So between the $31 for the package and the $18 for the customer
They're broke.
acquisition, they're broke. Yeah.
Math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's a tough one because I love comfort food when I'm sick.
It's a neat idea. It sounds good.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
it's $1.3 million. My God.
Yeah.
The beer guy's got, an Indiegogo going, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just been, I don't know.
I
don't
think,
know.
but I think gift baskets are a good business model. Like the flower shops and stuff, when they do they have a good business model. I think they just have to say, okay, we're not just in the chicken soup business, or not just in the tomato soup business.
Yeah.
We have different types of gift baskets. Please stay with us as customers. And I think they could revitalize the people they've got there.
Yeah.
Personally, I think otherwise just get out of the business and take your losses, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Agreed. So everybody out on this one.
Yeah.
All of us or all of them?
Well, all of them. But now that we're on that, Zoe, are you in or out?
I so much want to be in, but I'm out.
I'm out. I don't need to say anything more.
I'm out as well. There it is. All in agreement again.
There you go.
What a bummer.
Hey, by the way, subscribe to our podcast on iTunes. Give us a rating. Follow us Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all of those good things at AfterBuzz TV. Tweet Zoe Hewitt. Tell her how much you love the show. Tweet Chris Howard. Ask him if he wants to have a beer in Palmdale,
I'll invite you over.
because he'll be into it. By the way, we got a tweet. Nelbin888,
Oh, no,
Hey,
Nelson.
Melvin.
who says, here.
Nice.
We're glad you're here.
But Nelvin always does. Thank you for joining, Nelvin.
We're glad
I
you're
don't
here.
normally check the
Nelvin.
tweets
Yes.
during shows.
Here.
Who
Thank
are
you,
we
Nelvin.
missing? Who's our one fan? You know that one fan?
Our
Harlan.
single fan.
Our Shark Squad.
Oh, yeah, the
Oh,
Shark
Shark
Squad.
Harlan.
Fantasy
Fantasy
Guru.
Stats.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, and
Fantasy
Fantasy
Stats
Stats Guru. We have two.
Maybe they don't know that we're on yet.
They
Number
do.
number
I
three.
got a
Oh, they know?
message.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 3 tonight, I Slide. 500,000 for 5%, $10 million valuation. What the hell is a slide?
I thought the same thing. I'm like, what's a slide?
Am I the only one who knows?
You knew?
I knew. I've heard people use this term before, and at first also I was like, what are you talking about? It's a
knew?
flip-flop. Yeah, it's a
Why
slide.
don't they just say flip flop?
Yeah.
I don't
Why?
know.
That's
I
kinda
think
like-
When they
there's
said
nothing-
customizable slide, I just pictured them coming out with like slip and slides and these
It
big.
made
I was
no
like,
sense.
that's kind of cool.
Did you know that pizza was called slices? I didn't know that.
What?
A slice of pizza?
Yeah, they say, do you
Yeah.
want a slice?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Do I want a piece of pizza? So
You didn't know
I
it
didn't
was
know
called
what
a
a slice
slice?
was, no. You guys both
Chris.
knew that?
Yes, apparently Chris.
No,
I
I
did
think that's
not
like a
know
New York
what.
thing or something, right? That's
You
an
didn't
East
know what
Coast
a
thing.
slice of
If somebody
pizza
said you want a
was?
slice, that's I think the same thing as do you want some slides? I'm like, what the hell? I don't know.
I think we should just end it there. Because that's the most interesting
didn't
thing
know.
you'll hear all night.
Yeah. You can quote me if you want,
my
but I don't
God.
like. No, I
You
didn't.
being, what's a slice? There's
Oh
a
my
quote.
gosh. Yeah, hashtag what's a slide.
What's
Yeah,
a
what's
Chris
a
is
slice?
using that hashtag.
What's
It's
a
what's a
slice?
slice. You didn't know what a slice
I
of
really
pizza
didn't know.
was?
No, but they have to say a slice of pizza, not a slice.
You were in a pizza shop, presumably.
I did when I was young.
But you were in a pizza shop. How
Okay,
did you
when's the
not
last time? When's the
understand?
last time
I
you were in a
worked for, like,
pizza shop?
2 or 3 pizza places when I was young. I worked in them.
Oh,
But they
okay.
didn't call them slices.
I'm
What do
not
they
talking.
call?
They just said pizza. Do you want a piece of pizza? I'll have a piece of
Where are
pizza.
You, I just imagine them calling them something just completely out of
But we know it's like a slice, but would you call, like, if you got a piece of pie, would you say, I want a slice?
Slice of
Suppose you
pie,
could say,
yeah.
But you'd fill it in with of pie.
All I know is that our listeners are wondering what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, they don't know what slides are yet. See? Nobody knows what a slice is and nobody knows what slides are.
Clearly, Chris, you got your physics.
Yes, I
earlier
got
this year.
Yeah, I didn't study.
You've been using
I
that
failed
thing.
physics. Yeah, I got
No, physics, your beer machine.
beer
Oh,
machine.
I thought you meant I got an F in physics, and so I didn't know what a slice was.
I remember when they
physics
taught me
beer.
about pizza slices in physics. That was
I
good.
remember when I had my
was a
first
good
beer.
day.
Yeah.
So basically,
but anyways,
a slide
Yes.
is a
Slides.
flip flop without the little thing that goes in between your toes.
Oh.
Because you slide
That's
your,
the
your
difference,
foot in.
presumably.
But you slide your foot in if it has a thing for your toe.
I'm
Valid.
just telling you what I know.
Very valid. I just like these. Here's the thing: these people are probably watching right now because they were tweeting us and being
Were they?
nice.
They were being
And I
nice?
want to be nice to them.
Right.
But I don't get how this is an original idea.
Yeah,
Flip flops have
not.
been around
Flip-flops.
forever. People have put logos on them forever.
Well, I think they were really like a branding company more than a flip flop company, right? Like
Excuse me, they were slides.
more than slide company. See?
Yeah, I know, I agree. They were branding. I don't understand, and I don't know why the Sharks didn't call them on the fact that there was nothing new. And I didn't even get, was there anything proprietary? Even?
Nothing proprietary. And that was the
No,
problem.
I mean
Yeah, they
even
pointed that out. Yeah.
Lori said. I think it was Lori that said you literally you can't prevent anybody.
So
from doing
there's
the
zero
exact
barrier to
same thing.
entry.
Yeah.
Anybody can do it.
Except
Really,
they were
it
comfortable.
seems like it was a. Is that really that hard?
Yeah,
I
they
don't
did
know.
say it was comfortable. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I also am weirded out by buying shoes online
Are you?
because I can't try them on.
Well, you just return them for
You
free.
got a good point.
No, I love
The
it.
size.
that's like a whole
Flip flops are a little
Oh,
easier.
sometimes I'll order giant boxes of shoes. I'll just buy multiple sizes at a time. It's free returns. That I just try them on at home, send them
That
back.
sounds like an ordeal.
No, it's so easy. You don't have to go anywhere. Better variety.
I don't think I've ever bought shoes online.
I love Amazon. Like Zappos, it's free shipping. So easy.
But flip flops, I could see. I mean, I guess they're looking for mass purchases, right? That's what they were saying with these influencers that were pushing them and selling them
Yeah,
themselves.
which I think is. But at the end of the day, it's like it seems like it'll be a race to who can get the best celebrities on board.
Right. It
With other
doesn't seem
companies.
like a solid model,
No,
No.
like a solid business model or
It's,
anything. And what about the valuation? What was it?
it was
10 million or something?
500,000 for 5%.
Yeah.
What?
And their sales were 1.5 million in 3 years.
Yeah, no,
They
that's
only made
crazy. In
75,000.
3 years, and you saw everybody wince when they heard that.
Right.
They're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, if it had been 1.5 in 1 year, it would be okay. But 3 years?
Net profit 75,000.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
much.
Yowzer.
10
This-
million, yeah.
This reminded me of the guy from last season, and I can't remember his name, but I want to call him Agent M. Who was that guy?
Oh, yes.
That's what this reminded me of.
Why
that
do
he
I not
was-
know what you're talking about, Agent M?
It was the guy who came on with like a hair product. It was his second time
he
in the
wanted to
tank.
do, like,
a
but
channel and all that?
essentially, what they did was they bought into
He
him.
was an influencer,
as
but
an
he wasn't.
influencer.
Yeah.
And that's what this reminded me of a little bit, that this Justin from iSlide had a lot of great influencers. Like, I didn't know who this guy was, but Antonio Brown, who apparently sounds very important and famous as a wide receiver, like, how did he get him to come on Shark Tank with him?
Here's what I think is interesting about that. That was a big point of them to make, right?
Right.
And so was the DJ Khaled thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they were like, he sold a whopping 400 pairs in 24 hours. I'm like, that's...
Well, I think for a single influencer, it's like, okay, so it's got some traction. It doesn't say anything spectacular. It doesn't say he's got a business model. It doesn't
Right.
say that he's got, something that's got some sort of proprietary.
Proprietary.
Propriety. Pizza slice.
Yeah, pizza slice. Pizza slice. It doesn't say that they've got any proprietary, anything that's proprietary there. So there's no way to create a moat around their castle
Yeah.
and prevent the competition
Ooh, I
from
like
coming
that
in.
analogy.
Thank
That's
you.
nice.
It wasn't mine. I got that from Warren Buffett.
Well, there we go.
I didn't talk to him personally.
I appreciate you making that distinction.
Yeah. Well, you got to keep it real for the AfterBuzzers here. I don't want to pump myself up.
Yeah. Steve Jobs told me that. On
When we had dinner
Apple.com.
together.
Miraculously, they got an offer from Robert.
Yeah.
500,000 for 20%.
That was miraculous. too.
And
But it did make
they
sense
did not
for him.
friggin' take it.
No.
What a
Yeah.
foolish
Even
thing not to
Antonio
take it.
Brown was
Yeah.
going, hey, why won't you take it?
Like he's like, I take the 500. Yeah.
What's the difference? I mean, at the end of the day, what's the difference for a company that, I mean, he's giving you a $5 million valuation and it's not worth that.
Yeah, I think it was utterly
What's the
ridiculous not to
difference
take
between
it.
10 and 20%?
Because that guy's going to keep slugging it out, trying to find more of these influencers to do it. And if he doesn't get some sort of a system or process in place, it's just like,
Yeah.
good luck.
A lot of talk about DJ Khaled. What do you guys think
I
of
don't
DJ
know who
Khaled?
GJ Khaled is. Yeah, was
I
he
don't
eat
know.
pizza or
He's an
something?
influencer.
Just eat a slice.
He's a pizza eater.
He's a pizza eater.
His claim to fame in the last couple months really is Snapchat, and it's gotten him a household acclaim in terms of his name.
Huh.
Except
And he has a
apparently
song on
not.
the radio now because of it. But it's like
Right.
he's gonna be done in 6
He's
months.
like a YouTube star.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more or less. But he's doing 10-second videos.
Well, okay, I don't know who this guy DJ
Yeah.
is, but
JG, Baba, yeah.
whoever he is, I do feel like I want to give him more credit than just saying, oh, he's just like a YouTube star, because I think a lot of YouTube stars have become so popular and that we do see them a lot. So
Well, look
I
at you.
don't want to be.
You're on YouTube all the time.
So I don't want
Movies
to
from A
write.
to Zoe.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I don't want to write him off that quickly.
Right.
But I think it made sense that Robert offered this deal because
Yeah.
he also had the slippers that had the, that he bought into, that he did the
Yeah.
branding with, and the sweaters. So, I mean, like, it made sense for Robert. And I think that Justin realized that because when he cried at the end, I think he realized, wait a minute,
He might
I
have.
was too much in the moment and I got carried away. Why did I just turn this down?
Yeah.
I really wanted him to run back in and be like, never mind.
Give it back. I'm
I
sorry.
wonder if there's some kind of like legally binding thing though.
Well, I don't know that Robert would have wanted it at that point.
No,
All the
I
other
mean he
sharks are
definitely
telling
would
him,
have, but I wonder if there is some sort of like,
thing that prevents them.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's not.
it's like in game shows there are.
That's true.
Like that's the reason they have fake buttons, because it gives you like a thing that once you press it, like your decision's been made,
Right.
even though that button's not connected to anything.
So
I don't know.
You think
Just
they should
curious.
have a button on the show?
They should have a button for in and out. That's exactly what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Are you in or out?
Boom. Why don't they have that? That
I
would be
don't
like
know.
way more dramatic. It would be like The Voice.
That would be kind of cool.
Their chair
should
should
spin
spin
too,
around.
yes.
Yes.
But that's proprietary.
Spinning chairs.
We shouldn't have even said that on
Yeah,
the show, because
that's
we
true.
should start a competing show
Well,
where that's the thing.
we can do
Oh, we
that.
could be like
can
sharks
turn
and we could
around.
spin.
Yes.
Oh, we could turn around
and
in
then
our
at
own
the
show.
end, when we say yes in our own
Like
show.
when
and
we
at the
say,
end-
buzz you later.
oh, I thought when we get to the part where we say if we're in or out, we could quickly turn
Oh,
around. So basically, people who are listening to us would have no idea.
Yeah,
You
the
gotta point if
podcast
they were
people are
watching
like,
The
what
Voice or
happened? I
Shark
heard
Tank, yeah."
wind. What's going on?
That was Zoe.
Anyways, let's go around the table. Chris Howard, in or out?
Out.
You knew that. You knew the answer to that.
Yes, I did. I'm getting clearer. Like you guys had me as a rookie
Let me ask
last
you
season.
this: if the business was called Ice Slice, or would you be in or out?
I'd be out as well.
Not a pizza fan, Zoe.
Not-
I hate to be out. I kind of want to be in just to have a disagreement, but no, I'm out.
Well, hell, I'm out too.
Dang.
So we're all in
Bummer.
agreement.
What the heck?
It's gonna be a great season, folks.
I know.
Thanks.
I think Justin should have taken the 500 grand.
I think would be really awesome
have.
is if the next business tonight invented some sort of air conditioner we could have in the freaking
That
studio.
would be so cool.
Because it's hotter than hell in here. But we'll move on to Rethink, which was number 4 in the tank tonight. 100K for 20%. It's the cyberbullying app that gives you that second chance before you send the hurtful email to me, Chris. That I get
told
so
you I was
very
sorry.
often from you. God.
I'm like,
so
what
again-
does shaft mean anyway?
100K for 20%. Sales of 52,000. Zoe, what do you think of this one?
I was very skeptical when I
Yeah.
heard her talking, especially the fact that it just makes you pause. And I thought,
Right.
sometimes even in the heat of the moment, a pause won't do any good. But then she started talking about the analytics and said 93% of the time people change their minds. So that's impressive.
That was off of one study, though, yeah?
Yeah,
I'm curious
1,500
what that
people they
test
tested.
environment was like.
Right.
Are you sitting in a room where a grown-up says, "Hey, write a mean text message"?
And
Go
then
ahead,
see if
do
you
it, and then
stop.
send it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Like,
I just.
you know what I mean?
Could
Like,
be.
what is that? I'm curious what that.
And are they
Well, wait, did
good
I-
kids? that they're testing and that had a thought that they might
Not
send
to
something.
say that number is inaccurate, but I'm
Right.
just curious.
Well, wait, I don't know. Did I interpret this differently then? Because what I got from it is that they looked at it across people who were using the app. It wasn't some sort of test where people were either in a room or where they were saying this or that. That
We
they
don't
just
know.
genuinely took people who had downloaded it.
I mean, she
That's
seemed
also
pretty.
possible.
She
That's
seemed
what I
pretty
thought.
straightforward. She seemed really sharp for
She was
what,
amazing.
16-year-old,
Yeah.
17 or 16?
16.
16. Yeah, she was really sharp.
So the impression I was under is that they were looking at the stats with everyone who had downloaded and used it, and it was 93% of the time that they changed their minds, which I thought was very impressive. And I also thought that when Barbara asked if it's a charity or a business, I thought that made sense because it didn't have a business feel to me either.
I thought kind of, although the school systems have money. So it doesn't have to. They don't have to go charity to fund it. There's money out there for them to run it like a business and get.
And she said, what was it? 1,200 schools are interested in it.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
For which is, I mean, that's a lot of dough. And then T-Mobile Europe was at one point interested in implementing to the phones, which I think Mark made a great point about. I mean, it used to happen a lot more with the older flip phones and stuff, where you came with the software pre-installed on it, with whatever. But that's a surefire way of getting people at least on board with knowing how to use it and kind of spreading the word around. I just don't know. I think the intention is awesome, right? To cut down cyberbullying, but I mean, is this really going to stop people?
Well, I don't think it's necessarily going to stop all of it, but it's making a good mark. It's making a dent, yeah. And now that they have the schools, as she had mentioned, that are required to monitor and have internal surveillance of the communications happening in the school system, they're very highly motivated to make this purchase. And if they're giving stats and stuff like that, I think there's a whole lot of schools that they could sell this into.
Yeah.
And I think there's something there. It's like, I think they were having to flesh out what exactly is there. And I think it may have to be developed because there's got to be undoubtedly a way to reverse the process as well and have it for incoming. If you've got stuff that's coming in.
See if you want to read it or not.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. I didn't think of that.
I'm going to patent that real quick.
No, I think she should do it, and I think it should come as the opposite side, and they could do some interesting things like that, because I have no doubt but that bullying is off the chart horrendous, and that a lot of people are having to deal with it right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so there's got to be solutions that can help to dissipate the impact.
I initially thought
great.
whenever it is a great point. Whenever she first came into the tank, I thought it was going to be some kind of algorithm that took recognizable words when they're together that just completely deleted the text.
Yeah.
Like if I was about to text, you'd be like, "You stupid head, Chris." Like it would see stupid and just
Right. Well, I thought you were going to say Chris.
no. So Chris,
Get
gone.
out of there.
You stupid blank piece of pizza, slice of pizza. So at that point, I was like, this doesn't. There's a whole lot of creative ways you can be mean to somebody.
Right.
But I agree. I think it's something that hopefully will make a dent. But
Well, hopefully she can
think-
expand it too.
right, and I think that she ended up getting a deal with Mark and Lori. Damon, Lori, Mark were interested in it, and the deal was $100K for 20%, which I think is fair. You got two good sharks.
Yeah.
Involved.
And we've seen them turn down kids in high school before just because they didn't have a full-time ability to work the business.
But I do think that both Mark and Lori are people who invest in people too. So I think it's a good partnership.
I think they invested really in the cause, but also the person, because this girl is sharp.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
And
She's sharper than we
I'll
are.
give my accounts over to her.
Yeah, exactly.
And make me money, please.
And I mean, obviously, we don't see the entire pitch. It's edited down, but presumably somewhere in there, she mentioned her 3 TED Talks and how she'd been to the White House and
Casually.
finalist with Google and MIT. I mean, so presumably that worked its
But
way
you didn't do
in.
that at 16?
Yeah.
Ted wasn't around then.
I had a teddy bear.
You had a teddy bear.
That's about it. All right, Zoe, in or out?
I don't know. Pass. Come back to me.
There's only 3 of us, Chris.
I'm completely in.
Is it back to me already?
Back to you, Zoe.
I think I'm out. I think it's a really good idea, and I think that she is amazing. And I will also add, in light of the anti-bullying, she had the most amazing hair I have ever seen. It was beautiful. So I hope she's listening because she has gorgeous hair. But I'm sure those analytics are right, but I don't think it's right for me. I'm out.
I agree, Zoe. I'm out. I love what you're doing, but I'm scared. So I'm out.
You know what we should do? Make this interesting is if we got like chips or money so we only had so much money we can do a season.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, I would be so broke.
Yeah, because we don't know what else is coming.
Exactly. That's the point. Neither do they.
Yeah,
But they have an
endless
infinite.
supply.
Come on.
Come on.
They can invest in as much beer as they want.
But maybe we could keep track, you as our fearless leader, camshaft, could keep track
Fearful.
Fearful.
of what we pick, and then we can see by the end like how many we actually invest in.
Okay, I'll keep track.
And then we just have an infinite supply.
Well,
of
I
money.
think the
Yeah,
only
but
person
just
that
how much
invested in this episode was Chris.
Oh.
No, we didn't. Did we?
no, we all
did.
invested
took
in the beer.
We all
That's
took
right.
the beer.
Yeah,
All right,
we all invested in beer.
I'll write that down now. It'll take me
I don't
about
think
10
that says
minutes.
anything about our characters at all.
Chris invested in 2.
Beer and pizza.
beer and
and Rethink.
Sounds wonderful.
Rethink.
We
Beer
did
and
have
beautiful
a
hair.
update.
Is that it? That
we
was
had
it?
an
No,
update.
we have an update.
Oh yeah.
Zoe, you want to go over the update?
Yeah, I was so excited about this one because we got to see Sean Patel, who we had met last season, and we literally met him because he was with us to chat about his program 2400 Expert, the SAT prep program.
That, by the way,
which
was
they had
season
changed.
7, episode 17. If you guys want to check it out.
Okay.
Yes, and check out how awesome we were. But you can also find that his program, his company name has changed to Prep Expert now because the SAT program has gone from 2400 back down to 16. So they had to update with the name.
Oh man! So if you took the test when it was 2400, does your score change? Because that means I got over a perfect score then.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a celebration
How
too.
about that? Don't need the prep service there, Sean.
You deserve a physics.
Yeah. Oh, hey, that's a good
There
prize.
you go.
There you go.
So basically, he had made 600,000 the year before Shark Tank aired, and then in the 6 months after, he made 4 million in sales from the
Casually.
program. I also really loved that the banner behind him in this update, he was doing teaching at a low-income community event. Mark
Yeah.
was there, and I loved that the banner also says a Mark Cuban company. Did you guys catch that?
Oh,
as
no, I
well?
didn't see
I liked that.
He's like the Tyler Perry of business. Just puts his name all over it.
I love that analogy. I also like that we saw Sean's parents again because he had that great story about his parents immigrated. He was in like the worst school district in the country, and of course he wound up getting perfect on his SAT. And so of course we saw his parents again because after all, this is Shark Tank. They want to pull our heartstrings, and so
He's a really
good
neat
job,
guy.
Sean.
Yeah, good job, Sean. We like you.
Yeah.
He's a neat guy. You can see that he moves toward those social entrepreneurial ventures, and
Yeah.
so I expect good things from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good on you, Sean. 4
on you,
million in
mate.
6 months.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Lord.
When we talked to him, he was doing much better, wasn't he? He was doing not much better than 4 million, but he was doing much better than
Yeah, I think it
within
was.
a very
Yeah,
short
yeah,
period of
yes.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, which I mean, when you think about it, it's like feels like a business you have to teach people a lot.
Right.
So the fact that he could turn it around in 6 months and get $4 million, that's crazy. It's not like, Scrub Daddy where it's like, it's a sponge.
Right. I think they did a
Clean
lot
with it.
more online. I think they said a lot of it was moving
Yeah.
online. And,
Yeah.
really interesting.
I would also like to point out though that 600,000 is not too shabby. So it was in the year before Shark Tank. That's not
Right.
bad either.
Nah.
So he was
Pocket
already
change, Zoe.
he was on a good trajectory already.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Any other thoughts on our season opener?
No, I think
folks?
I do think that we should hook up with these guys and have our product placement for the rest of the season and have that beer thing.
I
think
Get
that would
right
be
on
so
that.
cool. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we've given them quite the glowing recommendations.
You
so
know, but have we hinted at it enough that we want one?
I don't know. I don't think we have. So I will just follow up with many tweets and make it happen. All right, Chris Howard, tell the people where they can find you.
Reach me at Chris Howard Live on Twitter and Instagram. And I can't keep a straight face when I'm talking.
That's because you said reach me.
Reach me.
That's how you can reach him.
Yeah, you can reach me, see? You go, and you can also find me at legendarylivingdaily.com for tips, information, motivation, entrepreneurial stuff, and legendarylivingtv.com for YouTube.
The legend that is Chris Howard. Zoe Hewitt.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Zoe Said What. That's Zoe Said What. You can also find me on YouTube at Zoe Hewitt Hosting, where I do a weekly movie analysis show. And before you ask, yes, this week I discussed
Aha!
Queen of Cotway, which will definitely be part of the Oscar nominations, I'm guessing.
Is that out all of the way now? Is it like
No,
wide
very
release?
limited.
Where did you see it?
I saw it, where did I see it?
Lemley or something?
No, I saw it at the ArcLight, which, oh my gosh, the ArcLight
Service
charges
fee?
you a
Don't
service
even want to talk about it. It's aggravating.
There's a
Why?
service fee?
Yes. No, but even if you go to the self-serve kiosk, there's a service fee. How are you
Of how
supposed
much?
to get a ticket otherwise?
50 cents.
It's the principle of the matter.
Chris.
The principle.
Because like I got 50 cents in my pocket right now. I give it to you.
Not that I don't
totally
have
have 50
50 cents. I'm already paying $17 for my ticket. Just make it $17.50 and call it day.
Dream job though is being the guy who introduces the movie in the theater, who says, "Welcome to ArcLight, everybody."
Oh, those guys are
That's
so
the dream
annoying.
job. Well, it's perfect for me.
And
now.
why is that the dream job?
Huh?
Why is that the dream?
It'd be fun.
Okay.
At the only camshaft, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere else, Snapchat, MySpace, Friendster, AIM. I don't even have that. And AfterBuzz TV. Follow us, subscribe, share it with a friend. See you next week. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.